Hi guys, you're welcome to Halogenius Ideas. This is a beginner-friendly guide to Linux on iPhone or iPad. We are going to be getting started with the installation and the setup. We will be updating the packages. We will install a text editor, then we will run some essential Linux commands. I will also show you how to install Python on the Linux, installing the Python and running some Python scripts on the Linux. Then I will also give you a bit of introduction to Bash scripting, still on your iPhone. Then we close the tutorial by showing how to launch HTTP requests using Curl in in the Linux in your iPhone, definitely. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is to go to your App Store. Then in your App Store, look for iSH shell. Search for it. Then you install it. Okay, so it's done installing for me. I'll just open it, and you see I have this Alpine Linux on my iPhone. So we can go ahead to start to update the packages, which is what I would advise for anybody doing this. So you can use the apk command, apk update, to update the packages. Apk update return. Okay, allow. So just give it some time to update the packages, update the references rather. So just give it some time and apk updates. Okay, okay. So apk upgrade, to upgrade the packages. Depending on your internet speed, this is going to take a while. Depending on your internet speed, just give it some time. It's going to do the upgrade. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to add a text editor. You can decide to use Nano, but I prefer to use V because it is straightforward and very simple to use. So I'm going to be using V, apk install vim. So you return. No, it should be apk add. Sorry, it should be apk add, apk add vim. So just give it some time to also install vim. Just give it some time, just depending on internet speed, like I said. Okay, now that that is done installing, we can just try it out. I can do something like v and the file name. I can just say test dot txt return, and you can see I can do shift I to go to insert mode. Then I will enter welcome to Alpine Linux. Then I'll escape. Then colon wq return. So cat test.txt return. You see, welcome to Alpine Linux. So that is working just fine. I'm done updating the references, upgrading the packages, and I've installed a text editor. So we can go ahead to do one or two things with the Linux that we just installed. So I can do something like uname just to confirm that this is a Linux environment. Uname, I can pass the a flag as well. Uname, then this time I'll pass the a flag. You can see Linux on Christian's iPhone. So everything is working fine. And to list the files that I have, I can do something like ls. You see, currently I just have this test.txt file which I created a while ago. Then I can pass the L flag, ls minus L. just to show a bit more detail about everything. You can see. Then if I want to show hidden files, ls, you pass the a flag. You see, these are some of the hidden files. .ash history, the hidden files. So if I want to create a directory, I can use the mkdir. I can do something like my folder. So return, if I do ls once more, you see I now have my folder. Now for me to navigate inside my folder, I can just say cd into my folder. Okay, so there is an autocomplete feature on this keyboard. You see this particular key over here, this arrow forward with this pipe. So if you click on it, it will give you the autocomplete if it is available or if it is valid. So once in a while you can decide to use it. So if I want to navigate back to the previous directory or to the parent directory, just cd then dot dot. You see I'm back to the previous directory. So but let me go back to my folder. So that is it. Now if I want to create an empty file, I can do touch, then the name of the file. It will automatically create the file. So I can do something like touch. Let me list what I have in this directory at the moment. ls, you see I don't have anything, it's an empty folder. But if I do touch file dot txt, return, then ls once more, you see I have file dot txt. Okay, so that is how to create a new file. Then another thing you can do, you can also echo something to the command line. For example, echo welcome, then go to the, you can see echo welcome. This will echo welcome to the command line, but you can also echo this welcome to a particular file, either in overwrite or in append mode. So if you want to echo this particular welcome into a file, you can do something like echo, let me say welcome, echo welcome into, let me say file, let me say file1.txt. So I will keep the other one. So if I try to view the content, if I do ls, you see initially I was having a file.txt, but now I'm having file.txt, and I also have file1.txt. So if I want to check the content of both of them, I can do something like cat. The Linux command is cat file.txt. You see it's an empty file, but if I do cat file1.txt, you see I'm having welcome. Okay, now if I want to append another text to file 1, I can do something like echo welcome, maybe let me put space, then back, welcome back. Then I want to echo this into, where is that symbol? Okay, I want to echo this into file1.txt, return. So if I cat file1.txt again, you see I'm having welcome and back. Okay, I'm having welcome and back because I used two of these arrows over here. I used two. Okay, if I used only one, then it will overwrite everything in that particular file. For example, echo um, iPhone Linux. This time I'm going to be using one of those arrows. I'm supposed to have, okay, echo iPhone Linux into file 1.txt, return, then cat file 1.txt, return. You see I'm having iPhone Linux. Okay, I'm having iPhone Linux. So that is how you can print or write to file in using the Linux. Then if you want to remove a particular file, you can do something like okay, let me show you how to remove a particular file and a particular folder. So if I do ls, let me create a folder to use to this effect. I can do mkdir, then I can do something like demo folder. So return ls. You see, I have this demo folder file.txt. I also have file1.txt. Okay. So how do we go about this? For me to remove a file, I can do rm, then the name of the file. I can do file.txt and return. If I do ls, you see the file is removed. Okay, the file is removed. If I want to remove a folder, let me remove this demo folder. I can do something like rm minus r, then demo folder and return ls, and you see the folder is not there anymore. So that is um how you can delete a file or a folder from Linux. Also, you can copy a file from one place to another. Okay, if you want to copy a file, you can copy a file or a folder. Okay, and it's going to be straightforward. For example, ls, at this moment I have file1.txt, so let me copy file1.txt to another file. So let me do cat file1.txt. Currently I have iPhone Linux on file1.txt, so for me to copy it, I can do cp file file1.txt. That is the name of the file I want to copy. Then new file dot txt. Okay, so come to the next line, ls. You see, now I've copied it. Now to show that the new file is a copy of file1.txt, let me do cat, then new file. You see, I'm having iPhone Linux just like we have in file1.txt originally. So that is it basically. The same thing if you want to copy a folder. Let me create a demo folder, mkdir. Let me mkdir, then that particular folder, demo folder. Then if I list it, you see I'm having demo folder. All you have to do is just you might as well decide to create a file, cd into demo folder, create a file, then come back to demo folder before you duplicate it. You will see that everything will be the same, but I won't do that for now. So just to copy this demo folder, you can do cp, then you pass the r flag to show that it's a folder you want to duplicate. So demo folder, and the new folder is going to be new folder. Okay, so return ls. You see I have demo folder and I have new folder, and new folder basically will be a copy of demo folder, so everything available in the demo folder will be available as well in the new folder. So you might also want to move a file or to rename a file. Okay, you might want to move a file or to rename a file. So if you want to move a file, I believe you are moving it from one directory to another directory. So what I will do is that I will move this new file.txt into new folder. That is what I will do. You are going to be using the mv command. So that mv, then you specify um, the name of the file that you want to move. So mv file1.txt, then you're going to be having the directory you want to move it to, and I want to move it to folder new folder. Then I'll pass this symbol, then return ls. You see that file1.txt is not available in this directory anymore because I've moved it to new folder. So let me ls new folder, you see I'm having file 1.txt inside of new folder, so I've been able to move it successfully. So let me cd into new folder ls. You see I have file 1.txt. Now let me rename this file 1.txt. So I can do something like mv, the old file name, which is file 1.txt. Then I'm going to be renaming it to, let me say, new file dot txt. So return ls. You see it is now new file dot txt. That is basically how you can rename your file as well. So we are going to be moving on to using Python in this our Linux environment. How do you do that? Very simple. You start by adding Python 3. So you just do apk add Python 3. Then you return. Depending on your internet speed, you give it some time to run. Then it might ask you, do you want to get this one installed? Just say yes, or you just enter y. Then it will give you the permission to do whatever you want to do. Just give it some time. This will take some time. Like I said, depending on your internet speed. Okay, so Python is done installing now. How can we confirm that Python is installing? Let us try to enter the Python shell. But for now, let me cd back to the previous folder. So I can just do something like Python 3. Okay, so I'm in the Python shell right now, so you can see that this is working just fine. I can decide to do a basic math operation. 23 plus 17 will be giving me 40, I guess. Then you can print I am a boy. Then close this, return. You see I am a boy. If I want to exit, and it's a function. So you see I'm out of the shell now. So let me quickly show you how to run a Python script. Okay, let me show you how to run a Python script. Two ways you can create a Python script. You can use the echo method that we used initially to write a particular content into a file. You can do that, or you can use the text editor that we installed, which is v, to write the content of the Python script. Then you work your way up from there. So you can do echo. Then let me have print. um, so let me use single quotes for this one. Print hello Python world. Then close it back with a single quote. Then I'll close the print function, then the echo itself. Now I'm going to be echoing this into a new Python file. I can do something like new dot py. Okay, return ls. You see I have new dot py. If I do cat new dot py, return, you see I'm having print hello Python world. Another way by which you can create your Python script is using v. Okay, so you can decide to do touch, let me say script dot py. Okay, then ls. You see it have created script.py. Or you can directly do something like v, then you just put in the file name, and automatically immediately you save it, it will save the file for you. So I can just say v script.py. So I'm going to be entering shift I to enter the insert mode. So for the insert mode, I can decide to do something like for I in range let me say for I in range maybe 6, okay, just to keep it simple, in range 6, then return, bring a tab space in, print I, okay, just print I, then for I in range 6, print I, then the next thing I want to do is to escape, escape, then colon w q, w is for save, q is for quit. So return ls, you see I still have my script.py, cat script.py, you see what I'm having. So this is, we have created the Python script now, but how can we run it? For you to be able to run it, you need to make those files executable. So you can do something like chmod u plus x, then then you have the file name. So I can do something like script.py. If I do ls, you see that script.py is being displayed using green. That is to show you that that one is executable. Okay, so let me do the same thing for new.py. So just chmod u plus x, then new.py, then ls. You see that new.py and script.py are both displaying green. So how can I run those scripts now that I've created the script and I've made the scripts executable? So I can do something like python 3. Let me start with new.py. New.py. You see, hello python world, cat new.py. You see the content, print hello python world, that is what exactly it did. Okay, so let's check for script.py. Python 3, then script.py, run it. You see, okay, I said you should print 111. I said you should print 111, not actually I. So we can just go to correct it. Just v, then script.py. Let's go to correct it. So go back to insert mode, shift I, then I can simply go back to, okay, so it should be I, okay. Or if we want to make this even more sophisticated, we can make it a formatted string, then this is number, then we bring in that curly bracket, number I, then you close that curly bracket again, then you'll be yes, you do this, then you close. Yes, this is a formatted string. So for this formatted string, I think we are good to go. Escape, then for you to, you do colon wq. Don't forget I said w is for save, q is for quit. You return. Now let's go back to run python 3, then scripts.py. You can see this is number 0, this is number 1, and the script is running just fine. So let us move on to a bit of bash scripting, okay, just to show you how to run a bash script. You can write it and you can run it from here. So everything is very very simple for you to do. We are going to be creating a very simple one. So I can do v, or let me use touch just to make this more simple. Touch, I'll create an empty script. I can do something like my script dot sh, okay, don't forget dot sh. So if you do ls, you see that I now have another script, my another file, my script dot sh. So my script dot sh, you are going to do v my script dot sh, then don't forget, go to insert mode using shift I, then you start your bash script by writing this, then you do slash bin slash sh. Okay, then you come to the next line to write whatever you want it to do. For example, you can decide to echo hello from bash scripts. Hello from bash script. So I think this should do for now. Then you escape. Then after escaping, colon W for save, Q for quit, and you return. Okay, let me just to be sure my script.sh. You see, this is what I have. So I have to make it executable before I'll be able to run it. How do we make it executable? Just like before, you can do something like chmod u plus u plus x. Then after doing u plus x, you do my script.sh, ls once more. You see my script.sh. So how do you run it? Just then my script.sh. You see hello from bash scripts, and that is how you run your bash script. So I'm not going to be doing more than this for now. I'll just leave a whole new tutorial for bash scripting, so you'll be able to learn bash scripting from there. So just check the YouTube channel for the video. So this is where I'm going to be stopping the bash scripting for now. Just create your file, enter your whatever bash script bash commands, then from there you do your execution. So you can also use that bash scripting to install. For example, you just installed your Linux and you have a bunch of packages that you like to install that you use for work. Instead of installing them individually, you can just combine everything inside a bash script, then use the bash script to execute everything, and you are good to go. So finally, let's learn how to launch HTTP request from this Linux environment that we have before we call it a day. So we are going to be using curl. That is the package that we are going to be using, and you have to add it. Apk add curl curl return. So you just give it some time to add the package. Just give it some time to add the package. The speed with which this is going to install depends on your internet speed, so just give it some time. Just give it some time. Okay, very good. So call is done installing. Now we can start to use it. So I have this API that I got online, dummy JSON. We are going to be using dummy JSON for this particular experiment. So dummy JSON is a, you can just check it on your browser online. It's just a something developers use just for to simulate API basically. So that's what we are going to be doing here. We are going to be running get request, post request, put, patch, and delete. Okay, so just do something like call to launch a basic get request. Just say call https dot slash slash dummy json dot com, then slash tests. Okay, slash test. So return. Then you give it some time. Okay, you can see this is just a basic get request. That is what we just did. You can see the status. Okay, the method is get. Okay, so this is a basic get request that you just launched from your Linux terminal, a basic get request. So how can you specify for example, if you want to launch a post request and you want to send data over that post request, you are going to be specifying the request method, you're going to be specifying the URL that you want to query, which is dummy JSON. You're also going to be specifying the content type, which is going to be application or JSON. Then you specify the data that you're going to be sending, that you're going to be posting. If you want to post something, you're going to be sending data over the API. Okay. So how do we do that? So let me just do ls for now. Okay, we don't even have to do the ls. So I can do something like curl, then to specify the method, I'll pass the capital X flag, no, capital X. Then the method I want to launch is a post request, okay? And that post request, then I'll specify the URL https, then dot, no, dot slash slash dummyjson.com slash test, dummyjson.com slash test. Okay, so after doing that, the next thing I want to do is to specify the content type, the headers actually. So pass capital H flag, and the header that I want to the type, so it's going to be a string. Then I'll specify the content hyphen type. So the content type, application slash JSON. Then okay, then that is it. Then I'll pass in the data using the d flag, small d by the way. So this is going to be a string, but let me use this one. Okay, so I'll just bring in the open bracket, then I'll do key, whatever your key is going to be is fine. I'm just not particular about that. Then value, okay, key then value, then you close the bracket and you also close the quote, don't forget, and you close the quote. So that is it basically. Then when you are done, you launch it. You see status okay, and the method is what? Post. Okay, so this thing that we just did is the same thing that you're going to be doing basically with put, patch, and delete. All you have to change is just the method. You can see that in my own case I said the method is post, but if you want to launch a put, patch, delete, just change the post to put, patch, or delete, and you pass the data as needed, and you are going to be fine. If it is a delete request that you want to launch, you can just do something like curl, then don't forget capital X for the method, then there's going to be a delete method. So https, no, https dot slash slash, then dummyjson.com slash test. Okay, then you return. You see method is delete and the status is okay. So that is it basically, what you can do with curl to query external data using from your Linux environment. So well, that will be all for this beginner tutorial on Linux for iPhone. I believe you got one or two things from here. We were able to do iSH setup. We installed and we updated packages. We ran some basic Linux commands: uname, ls, cd, echo, rm, cp, mv, and so many other ones. We installed Python. We ran scripts. We did a bit of introduction to bash scripting, how to write your script. Then we launched http requests using curl for API calls. So You can also use this to get into an external server using SSH. Trust me, you can try to use grep for text searching. There are so many things that you can achieve with this, but to keep this tutorial more beginner friendly, I will be stopping here. So thank you very much for staying till the end. If you have any questions, the comment section is open. Don't forget to like the video and also to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.